I believe that too many of the choices that we do are not based on our real needs or our real desires, but they're based on external validation, right? And so we have all these things that we are taught that are right or wrong, things are good or bad, careers and jobs that are that should be praised and others that, you know, should be discouraged. And so we have so established, I feel, in our mind, and I feel like especially, I don't know, like I'm 25, so I feel like people in my generation, we have so established in our mind this ideal career lifestyle that we should pursue, and it's like that or nothing. It's like either you fit into that or you don't belong. And I think that way too many people get stuck into this trap, really, because it's a trap, because it's not real, of trying to pursue like a lifestyle or a career that is not what they feel is right, but it's what they think is right, and it's what society praises as right. And what society really praises, I feel like it's the capacity to fit in this like societal mold or form that has been created, right? And I don't know at what point we decided that, you know, if you don't work in an office 9 to 5, if you don't, you know, make X amount of money by being in front of your laptop, you're a failure. You know, it's like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't want to live in a city. I don't want to, sorry, I'm making focaccia, by the way, in the meanwhile, but it's messy. But like, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to live in a city. I don't want to work in front of a laptop. I don't want to be in an office from 9 to 5. I don't want to, you know, dress up to impress, I don't know, my boss or because there's a dress code in the office. Like, I don't want that. I just want to like bake bread, do yoga, have my garden, I don't know, like live in the countryside, be surrounded by nature, and that's it. And it's like, I feel like we've been trained so much to not only want to not aim towards pursuing our purpose, but we've been trained to pursue a certain status in society, in life. Like, we have certain roles, certain jobs that are considered, you know, valuable and right and should be praised, and others that are just like not that much. And you could argue that, like, I mean, I decided to like quit or like stop pursuing a certain career in my field after studying 5 years in university, to just follow my passions. And you can pursue that, like, you know, and like people actually, they didn't like, how do you say, make fun of me or anything. Actually, a lot of people were like, oh my god, that's actually really nice that you're doing that you're able to do that you're brave to like change your life and whatever. But like, I feel like this is what people say, but if we actually, sorry, I need to grounds. Like, it shouldn't be this hard as it was for me to actually really change direction, because what made me realize was that, you know, it's been so hard for me to like find an alternative path in life and connect with my true interests and passions and needs. That means that, you know, either the environment where I was in, but I think it's a bigger problem, like society doesn't really want people to step out of the box. Society doesn't really want people to, you know, be creative and pursue something different. Like, it's so much easier to fit in. It's easy until you don't fit in, right? Because then when you stop fitting in, then the problems really come. And you start getting sick. That's what happened to me. You start feeling like, you know, everything becomes really a struggle. Everything becomes hustling. You start getting into like relationships and people, like hanging out with people in situations that are not optimal for you. You start getting addicted to stuff. That also happened to me for sure. So it's like, so until you don't question it, it's so much easier to fit in. And I feel like that's the system that generally society wants us to be stuck in. And like, by society, I don't mean, I don't mean it in a bad term. I don't mean as like, this like big evil entity that like wants to keep you stuck, but it's just like years and years of I don't know, building a certain system that has led us to now, has led a lot of people to become more and more alienated from their life, from their job, from their purpose, and that shouldn't be. But also, I feel like what the problem is with a lot of these careers and these jobs is that we're always pushed to pursue something that is outside of us, even like in a job environment, like you're not really like, I used to work and I think I wanted to pursue a career in environmental consultancy because I truly wanted to like, contribute to making the climate healthier and to help companies become greener and reduce their carbon footprint or whatever. But then it's also like the objective itself was actually quite noble and quite interesting, but it was not what was meant for me. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people. It's like, you may find it interesting, you may find it like it's something even good for society or something that would help people or the planet or others in general, but it's something very foreigner from our actually real needs. And I think there is nothing wrong, I truly believe that there is nothing wrong with wanting a simpler life, with settling, which shouldn't be settling, right? But with like accepting that we don't necessarily need to strive for this like huge career, for this, for this amazing lifestyle in which you can have so much luxury and things and material things. There's nothing wrong with wanting material things, because everyone, I think, should want and aim to have a comfortable life, but I think that it's more important to align with one's purpose and one's needs, and then those things will come naturally and fall into place, right? So I think my whole message here and what I'm ranting about is there is nothing wrong if you don't want to pursue a career that you find like it doesn't speak to you, like you feel like, oh, this is the right thing, or you think this is the right thing, but it actually doesn't speak to you. Like, it is a lot more important to be happy to really pursue your passions, your interests, and do something that you are aligned with, rather than trying to fit in, because fitting in is only going to create you trouble in the long term. And there's also like, it's also really okay to not wanting this like big career, to not wanting to be recognized in life, to not crave this status. It's okay to have normal life. It's okay to wanting a simple life that is outside of the schemes. And what normal, like, also let's normalize normal, because now I feel like normal now is like, okay, working a 9 to 5, living in a city, working in an office. It's like, okay, well, that's not normal. I think that is not normal. Like, it's not normal to work in an office 9 to 5, then be so stressed and alienated from work, going out for drinks, having to like spend hours in the gym to balance out 8 hours that you're sitting down. It's not normal to like put yourself in an environment that doesn't make you thrive. I think that's not normal. So it's okay if you realize this. It's okay to pursue something that may not seem normal to other people, I know it's not normal that I studied 5 years for a career and then I quit everything to bake bread and teach yoga classes. Like, from a societal point of view, this is not normal. But why shouldn't it be? You know? Why should everyone pursue a career in an office, a career, you know, in I don't know, in a system that is always orienting towards producing and like, why should you fuel that when you can fuel something that is within yourself? Why should it be normal to pour so much energy into a system or something that is outside of us when you could pour all of that energy into yourself and into things that truly make you feel happy and aligned and fill your cup, right? So it's okay to wanting a normal life. It's okay to wanting a simple life. It's okay to not craving that, you know, status or recognition from society. Because if you've longed for that, or if you've tried to achieve that, you'll also know that it's never enough. Then, you know, it's always just like, okay, when I have that job, when I have that position, when I reach that goal, then I'll be fine. Then I'll be happy, then I'll be accepted, then people will like me, then, you know, when I have my dream job. It's like, it's never gonna be outside of you. It's never gonna be you can only, you know, mold and shape yourself to fit into a box to a certain extent. It comes a point in which you cannot anymore. And then you realize maybe you'll need something else. Or maybe you'll just keep, you know, keeping your eyes closed because it's easier. And it may be easier, but it's not normal. So I am all for normalizing baking, doing yoga. I mean, these are the things that work for me, but like, I don't know, it could be anything for other people, right? It could be, I don't know, gardening. It could be like, I think it's also very good and useful, and we could all use more of getting into our creation mindset, right? Getting into, we're so used to consume all the time that we're not used to make things anymore. We're not used to create, I would say. And there's something really special in making your own things, in using your hands and your mind and your power to produce something that really, as I said earlier, that like really gets back to you. I mean, I'm gonna make this focaccia. I'm gonna share it with like other people. I'm not gonna like, it's not reserved, it's not private for me. But at the same time, the whole process of making it, even if the outcome is not mine, it's something that fills my cup, right? I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, thank you for listening.